Welcome back to Global Business America. Time now for our recurring feature we call Inside and Out, a monthly look at global health issues that affect you, both inside and out. Today we want to focus on the growing obesity epidemic. Though obesity is not a disease in itself, it's a ripe breeding ground for some very serious health conditions. About 3.4 million adults die every year from being overweight or obese. The Milken Institute report from 2014 says there are close to 1 billion on the planet. That's double the rate ago. To popular thought, the most obese countries are not necessarily US and 27th, indicating that there's no direct correlation between obesity rates and a country's economic status. In fact, smaller countries like Nauru, Marshall Islands, Kuwait, Samoa, and Palau are in the top 10. Well, treating the symptoms of obesity is also a huge burden on economies. The same report says the total cost of treating obesity drags on productivity and costs the U.S. more than $1.4 trillion a year. That's over twice the amount the U.S. spends on national defense and is over 8% of GDP. Well, in the West, there's a tendency to equate the obesity epidemic with a single culprit in your diet, like trans fats, junk food, or sugary drinks. But in China, the progressive change in the national diet has made the most impact. The country's growing urban middle class now has more access to supermarkets and convenience stores. Although the range of food products has grown, most is now prepackaged and processed foods that are high in fat, salt, and sugar. In 1982, a survey showed that about 7% of China's population was overweight. Only a decade later, new data showed that 15% of people were overweight and approximately 30 million were clinically obese. In other words, the number of overweight Chinese had doubled in a decade. And by 2012, the number had reached 300 million in a population of 1.2 billion. That total makes China the second most obese country after the United States in terms of the numbers of overweight citizens. Well, our reporter Guoxiu spoke to some people struggling with obesity in Beijing and found out how they're working with doctors to get a handle on their health.
Putting fewer calories into the mouth each meal. Xiaoyun, which is not her real name, said her weight doesn't go down despite she's watching her diet. She began to put on extra kilos after giving birth to her child more than 10 years ago.
I think lifestyle is very important. I don't have a habit of doing exercise. I have been taking in calories, but not burning them away. I think work-life balance, stress, and environmental pollution are also playing a factor.
Xiaoyun finally decided to seek help from the doctors as she has developed bad sleeping patterns and health issues due to her weight issue. She went to Dr. Yuan's clinic, which opens once a week and accepts only 10 patients each session. Dr. Yuan says her clinic has seen an increased flow of patients in the recent years.
Losing weight has always been a hot topic. A lot of people have the issue. The most common type we see is simple obesity, which is caused by eating too much and exercising less.
At this clinic, the patients are mostly women with an average age of 38 years old. The first piece of advice they get here is to go on a low or extremely low-calorie diet. A study by Lancet Medical Journal says China has more than 43 million obese men and 46 million obese women, the highest numbers in the world, and slightly more than those of the U.S. And the WHO chief in China is calling for people to lead a healthy lifestyle.
There clearly is a link between income and wealth and obesity as a risk factor also for diabetes. And so we hope that more and more people will understand the connection between unhealthy lifestyles and the health of their bodies and will change their lifestyle so they can live long and can live healthy with confidence and without any problems.
Xiaoyun has been prescribed to take regular acupuncture sessions, and the doctor expects her to lose 10% of her weight within a month. She's happy that her health is finally going back to the right track. Guoxiu, CCTV, Beijing.